Appreciation August is on 1 week early at integrativemysticism.com. From now until the 31st of August 2020, enjoy 20% off all Scarlet Moon services, including gift certificates when you apply the codes on your screen. We are now also accepting tips and donations for those of you who've been requesting that for the last 7 years. You can now leave a tip or a donation at my website, integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Taurus. It's time for your weekly horoscope for the coming 7 days. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, should you ever want to try something new, I did actually debut recently a pick your own card and build your spread type of horoscope. And do not make this a prisoner of your associations of what other pick a card horoscopes are, because it's totally different. And if you say so in the comments, people will come and correct you, because I'm asking them to right now. And this is going to be it's a different kind of horoscope, where it's the best way to get something personalized, the best way I can think of anyway, when it comes to like a general YouTube horoscope reading. You basically go through a guided selection process where you build your own 5-card spread from cards that have been blessed, charged, and shuffled to be attuned to the strongest and most predominant frequencies and energies of this coming week. So you might want to check it out, and you can find it on my main channel page. So what is going on when it comes to the Taurus frequency this week? This week is all about getting your kingdom in order, getting your house in order, and really responding to some rather powerful shifts that are finally surfacing or rising to the surface when it comes to your environment. And the reason I say that is because we've got the Three of Wands upright when it comes to your spiritual themes. And so a lot of things that maybe you've been waiting on to shift on the external are actually starting to make those changes for you. When we see the Three of Wands upright, this is where the calls are coming in. This is where we start to see openings pop up. This is where we start to see movement in areas where, we've put ourselves out there, we've set our intentions, we've decided to make some inquiries, we've started talking to new people, shaking up our routines, because you got to shake up your routine if you want to change your timelines, right? That's basic. You're starting to see that movement going on all around you. But what this is also going to be doing with the Three of Wands is asking you to pay attention to things that you have to answer to and answer for as it relates to shifts that you have to make in order to get to a higher trajectory during this time. We have to be responding to the calls and the emails and the messages that are coming forward. We have to encourage, right, with positive reinforcement, the things that we want, nurture them, because you've got a lot of interesting shifts going on here. But what's rising to the surface here, we've got hidden blessings and some hidden distortion that we're going to need to be clearing up in order to get our kingdom in order, so to speak. In fact, as we get to your material concerns, you have the Ace of Swords in reverse. And there is a blessing in disguise coming your way. The Ace of Swords reversed is indicating here you have an opportunity to make a very, very big breakthrough, but it means also maybe doing something, taking on a job, or considering a negotiation or an interaction that you honestly don't want to. It's one of those moments where we're kind of being asked, like, look, can you please grin and bear the uncomfortable hour to see how this is actually going to work for you? Because the Ace of Swords reverse can show up as a misapplied power or an opportunity that could be missed, because it does, maybe in its appearance or maybe just due to associations with other things, rub us the wrong way on a superficial level. We have to look past it, because the Ace of Swords reverse is indicating a breakthrough that could come in the form of a new opportunity that requires us to change our perception about it, because we're not seeing it for what it is clearly, or possibly even new wealth or new abundance coming from a source that you didn't think had it to offer. So this is going to be a really cool week, but we have to make sure, again, we're ready to pivot when it comes to maybe some hardline opinions or beliefs that need to be turned around. Because as with all aces, we can turn it right side up. As we get to the community card, the friends, the relatives, the news that's coming through, we do have the Strength card in reverse. And this week could bring about some conflict with either a friend or a relative that has kind of slipped into, let's just say, a rather sunken place. I am seeing maybe this relationship with a friend or a relative, and again, it's the friend and family area. Or maybe if it's not the relationship with them, it could be their character, it could be their personality. It's starting to deteriorate a little bit, and it's bringing out, some signs that maybe our connection with this person is going to get distance for a while, or maybe even come to an end. Because with the Strength card reversed, we are confronting a situation that it has been sort of deteriorating into dysfunction for some time. This may also be prompted, for some of you, this could be prompted by maybe something going on in their life. Maybe they're not exactly having a great time, right? A negative issue in their romantic life, or their health, or their job, or anything like that could be creating, it could be creating a bit of lashing out. And when people are not in a place of actually working on themselves, or they're like real early in their healing process, sometimes they act real ignorant, right? And they can lash out in all kinds of ways. And this is a sign that, yes, we might need to take some distance if we can't actually heal this. Some of you, however, will be able to end an ongoing dysfunction here as well by settling affairs with this person, whatever, has to happen. But with the Strength card reversed, it is going to be kind of tense on the social front. As we get on to the lessons that may appear as challenges in your life, you do have the Nine of Wands upright. And again, where are we being overprotective with ourselves? Where might we be not necessarily allowing ourselves to step into something that is making us uncomfortable? Where we've been maybe making a lifestyle of walking on eggshells around people, or being maybe overly cautious, overly cautious with what we are willing to put ourselves through. And I'm not saying doing anything foolhardy. I'm speaking to the whatever common denominator it is at common higher vibrational spiritual sense. And the Nine of Wands is all about stepping into a space, when it's in a challenge formation, to know when it's time to actually say no more when it comes to dysfunction. Where have you been abiding dysfunction? Or maybe have you been too patient with something that has been dysfunctional or unhealthy? And you have to put yourself at risk of conflict every once in a while to make sure that you are redrawing your boundaries. You don't have to go crazy, you don't have to lose your mind, but if somebody else is, and it's disturbing the peace around your circle, your space, and your energy field, you have every right to draw a line with them. And the Nine of Wands can also say, look, when we're being overprotective with ourselves, right, we got to be careful because we might reject good things, like we saw with that Ace of Swords reverse. So just be prepared. As we step into relationships and love and romance, we've got the Ten of Cups in reverse. And this week, some stuff is coming out with this Ten of Cups reverse, where we're kind of seeing that maybe a relationship situation is behaving as something it's not, acting as something it's not, carrying itself in a way that just is really doing it for appearances. And I want you to be careful. I'm not getting this as a bold-faced lie or anything like that. That's not what's coming through this week. I'm seeing this as almost somebody needing to maintain a certain illusion in order to kind of, feel at peace with themselves. And so they're not trying to do anything manipulative or wrong, but when it comes to new people in your life, you may be noticing that somebody's kind of really hyping themselves up, or not in an egotistical way either. They're just kind of they're doing what they can, but I don't feel like this is something that is an honest portrayal of who they really are. There is a fear of vulnerability coming out here, and they may be trying to, emphasize certain characteristics or certain beliefs or certain aspects of themselves, and again, put it real high on the hype list here, when they're trying to cover up for a place of some serious, well, let's just say it just needs some serious help. And it does not mean that this is, something to just throw away, but I want you to be mindful not to ignore what you're seeing when you're seeing the full truth as well. Now, for those of you who are currently in established relationships, this is a little bit different. You and your partner might not necessarily be going through this together. There could be certain aspects of, yourselves as individuals in the couple that's doing this that kind of come up to be visited and examined. But if it's not the two of you, you guys might be noticing this about your in-laws, your relatives, your living situation, how happy you are or are not with certain friends and social groups. Where have you guys both been faking being happy about something that's not making either of you happy in these regards? And that's going to come out this week, right? Because we're changing our perceptions. We're allowing ourselves to be vulnerable and start drawing some lines so we can feel happier and healthier and get our kingdom in order. So that's what I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And again, if you want to get a session with me, go to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.